Does anyone remember when the forest fires, the wildfires were so bad in BC and Alberta, the smoke covered both provinces? Does anyone remember that? It could be the middle of the day and it would look like dusk. It was so heavily polluted with smoke, you couldn't even tell what time of day it was. Does anyone remember that? I think it was 3 years ago. The fires were bad. Now, does anybody remember anyone mentioning that the fires were caused by the government by using direct energy weapons? Does anyone remember that? I certainly don't. Mind you, I wasn't on Facebook back then. I think it was 4 years ago. Anyway, there are a lot of wildfires happening in Canada and the United States right now. Maui, Lahaina, got absolutely decimated by a wildfire. And unfortunately, my brother lost a bunch of his businesses there, which is tragic. A lot of people lost their homes, and over 100 people died because of the wildfires in Lahaina. And right now, the city of Kelowna is being engulfed in fire. And firefighters from all over Canada and the world are converging on that city to help combat the flames. But what's happening right now on social media, and indeed in person, somebody in person has told me this, it's that the fires are being caused by the government on purpose to push their global warming initiatives. And when these initiatives get passed and adopted, or whatever the legalese term is, you know, everybody makes money. And a lot of these fires, I'm told, and I read, are caused by direct energy weapons, you know, laser beams. And it's just amazing. So I'm thinking, all right, 4 years ago when we had all these wildfires, I really didn't hear anything about that. And now I'm hearing all over the place that that's what caused all this. Just amazing what's happened in between these fires and all these catastrophes. Well, COVID happened. And that math adds up, because during COVID, a small percentage of people, and I mean a very small percentage of people, who didn't have much intelligence to start with, are now completely retarded. And it's these same retarded people that are spewing all these conspiracies about the government causing these wildfires using direct energy weapons. Now, isn't that amazing? And I always think to myself, number one, you're a fucking retard and you serve no purpose on the planet, and maybe you should go gas yourself. I don't know what you're doing, your signal's on. Yeah, you should put your head in a plastic bag and hook your exhaust pipe up to it and gas yourself. I know it's a little drastic, but yeah, you know, that's where I'm at. And I always think, well, fuck, to what end? Oh, to support the global warming initiatives. Oh my gosh. Well, hate to break it to you, global warming is actually a thing. What else? What other than that imaginary initiative or incentive or motive? What else? Why else would they do that? Oh yes, they destabilize the government. Destabilize not the government, the people. Destabilize the people so that they're more susceptible to control by the government and the police forces and the army and all this sort of thing. Yeah, okay. Here's a couple of crackers. Oh, so these fires are going to destabilize the population and force us to be more susceptible to government control. That's awesome. Because I want all these retards and their conspiracy theories to run the governments. That's fantastic. So, okay, those are your motives and your initiatives. Now, how would they do this? Oh, don't you believe that there are direct energy weapons? Well, let's just call it what it is, what you're saying, a laser beam. Don't you believe there's laser beams up in the sky that they're shooting down on these targets and causing fires? Oh, so Lahaina Beach, pardon me if I'm saying it wrong, Lahaina, that's a great target for the government to destabilize the people. Awesome. Yeah, how come all the cars caught on fire and the trees didn't? I love hearing that one. Do you see that all the cars caught on fire and the trees didn't? That's because of the laser beams. Really? It couldn't have anything to do that cars are traveling fucking bombs. You know, cars are full of what? This thing called gasoline. Some cars carry 80 liters of gasoline. They're made of plastics and fabrics and glues. It's just, a car is a very highly combustible object that we choose to drive around in. So, yeah, when a car gets touched by heat and fire, it goes up pretty quickly, and it daisy chains to other cars. Some trees, tropical trees, they are a little denser and they are a little more resilient to fire for a little bit. And the fires in Lahaina, they swept through that town, village, rather quickly because of the winds. So something like a car will catch on fire faster than a tree. And by the time that fire blows itself out, guess what? Yes, you're gonna find more trees surviving than cars and man-made structures. Hello, that's not a conspiracy. Fucking laser beam didn't do that, you retards. And how about here, home in Canada, Kelowna? People are saying that the Kelowna fires were caused by the government to push Prime Minister Trudeau's global warming initiatives and to destabilize the people so they're more susceptible to control. My God, what a fucking world we're living in. So where did Canada get their laser beam? I bet you they borrowed their laser beam from the United States. Yep. Yep. I guarantee it. The government went over to the United States government in a secret meeting at a hotel somewhere and said, any chance on this date, between this day and this day, can we borrow your laser beam so we can start forest fires all around the city of Kelowna? That's a good political target. Absolutely you can. We just did the same thing in Maui. Oh yeah, we saw the effectiveness of it. We saw the death and destruction that your laser beam caused. Can't wait for you guys to initial more control on the populace in Maui, because you've destabilized the people. We're going to do the same in Canada here. We're going to do it in Kelowna, though. We're going to do it in Kelowna, West Kelowna. Great political target to use our laser beam on. Well, not our laser beam, your laser beam. Anybody? Oh yes, and a direct energy weapon, for those who are scratching your head wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. They are actual things, and it's a beam of energy, yes, like a laser beam, but when you say laser beam, people think of colored laser beams like in Star Wars. They're actually naked to the human eye. I imagine there's some sort of glasses or goggles you could wear to see the spectrum of the direct energy weapon. But I prefer using the word laser beam, because it kind of shows how fucking retarded the whole theory is. And I guess any government who wants to can just deploy their own laser beam satellite up into the space and have it float around without anybody questioning it, without any permissions needed, without any authority or consideration for anything. They can just deploy their laser beam satellite up into the sky and have it ready to laser Maui and Kelowna. So there you have it. Incredible. COVID has definitely done a lot of damage. It's taken the lives of many, 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 many people, and it's also robbed what little intelligence some people have had down to nothing. They become absolutely retarded. So let me ask you this then. Anybody that has been directly affected by these fires, anybody who's lost businesses, family, pets, property, investments, any of the guys up there fighting these fires, the people left to help the firefighters combat these fires, do you think any of them give a flying fuck about your laser beam conspiracy theory? Put your hand up. Put your hand up if you think anybody fucking gives a fuck about your laser beam theory. Anybody. You need to be shot in the back of the head. You really do. Because you serve no fucking purpose on Earth. Because if that's all you got to say and think and do, well, people are losing everything. Then that's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah. A recap on that. Anybody affected by any of these fires, anywhere on the planet, they do not give a fuck about your stupid fucking brain dead laser beam theory. They don't give a fuck about your destabilized the people theory. They don't give a fuck about your theory that the government is using this to push the global warming initiatives and climate change initiatives. They don't. They're just trying to survive. They lost their homes, their businesses, pets, relatives, family. They're wondering where their next meal is going to come from. They're wondering how they're going to survive. So yeah, save your fucking brain dead, fucking retarded comments. Nobody but your own kind, your small, very small percentage of your fellow fucking brain dead retards want to hear about it. Okay? There you go, everybody. That's my morning rant.